All right, what's up, guys? We are back. We're going to talk about some speculation stuff. So if you're just now tuning in and you haven't watched the one right before this, we just broke down episode 3 of season 9 of The Walking Dead.
There was so much in it.
So much so that we decided to do our speculation for next episode and upcoming stuff on a whole different episode.
Yeah, because, you know, the hour-and-a-half episodes are like...
Yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, it's the same amount whether you're listening to it together or not. But anyways, this is The Broken Dead. I'm Dylan.
I'm Quin.
And thanks for tuning in, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you might find this in the trash bin or where. Anyways, thanks for listening, podcasters. Don't forget, you can check out the website. That's broken.picturesno.com. And check us out on social media, Facebook, Broken Pictures Social, and Instagram and Twitter at broken_social. And if you want to drop some coins in our coffers,
you can go to Patreon at Broken Pictures.
Yep. Just type it right in there and look it up.
Yeah, just sprinkle a little change on us. Make it snow or whatever.
Make it rain. Don't make it rain with coins, though. That hurts. But anyways, yeah, and so please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, rate, review. Let us know what you think. Tell your friends about us. The more, the merrier. This is our second season doing the Walking Dead show. Quin's first season. He just jumped in with us, so we're doubling down and we're getting serious. So we want to reach more people, do more stuff.
Let our voices be heard.
Yeah. And that depends on you. So please, please, please do me a personal favor and tell somebody. Anyways, all right, so let's get into it. Spoilers. Upcoming teasers. Did you watch the teasers?
I watched the one that was right after the show.
I hope so. Otherwise, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, I watched that one. Saw Rick on the back of the motorcycle, Daryl. Then they were like, no, and he's like, no, and then pop, and then tumble down.
Daryl was doing the Michael Jackson moonwalker thing. Come off the bike, bowing up. Yeah, so we got a couple little clips. We see. Okay, let's go to that. Rick and Daryl obviously get in a fight. Mm-hmm. I think our lights went out.
Just one.
Hold on. Yeah, okay. We're good.
We're good. Still look pretty enough.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh, so all right. So yeah, the well, hold on.
It bothered him.
All right. Yeah, we're back. I had to fix some lighting issue, but this is going. So Rick and Daryl.
In a pit of walkers. Fighting to...
Yeah. So there looks like Rick is riding in the bitch seat. Yeah. And trying to keep it PG-13. But that's PG-13, right? I'll bleep it out if it wasn't. Anyways.
Okay.
So, yeah, Rick is riding with Daryl.
And like this.
And for whatever reason... Yeah, like holding on. He's not like cuddling Daryl or anything like that. So for whatever reason, we see the bike turned over. Rick's off to one side. Daryl, just kind of like last season where they got into it, and it, you know, Daryl is like doing the Michael Jackson thing where he's just like leaning in real hard in the photos we've seen. And it looks like Daryl tackles him, and they fall down a pit. Mm-hmm. And there are walkers down there. And I kind of went frame by frame, just kind of looking at it. And it looks like I didn't see Daryl down there in the thing, but it looks like Rick is like holding on to a root or something, and walkers are just falling down. So,
all right. So obviously something happens.
Yeah. So it's kind of like one of those brotherly fights.
That where it turns nasty.
Yeah, and it's like, oh crap, dang, I'm sorry, bro. Like, one time when I was a kid, I was doing like Jason, you know, it was like chasing my brother, just like I was walking, and he was like scurrying, you know. It's like, and he'd hit me, and I'd turn around and get him back real fast, and then when he'd hit me and get away, I'd just like boom, 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 you know. And so we're going around the couch in the living room, and we had this old wooden furniture. And so he's scurrying on his hands and knees, and I'll come up behind him, and I just kicked him in the butt, not thinking anything about it. But he's scurrying, so his hands just like whoop come out from under him, pow! Just like, I mean, he hit like right across the top of his eyebrow on the corner, and he hops up all hooting and hollering, oh, you know, woo, and like on Polar Express. And covering up his face, and you know, acting, and I was like, oh, come on, you know. And so I part his fingers, and this eye-shaped bloody gash is and we joke about this all the time now, but that's all I see. So I'm like, oh, put out his eye. And so then my sister's like, no, it's not his eye, it's not his eyes. And I was like, still, I mean, it's like a clean gash, like right over his forehead. And long story short, I got grounded and felt like dirt. I got sent to my room. My dad, we weren't rich folks, so my dad decides to be MacGyver and goes by the Army Surplus store, gets a field stitch kit.
A field stitch kit. I was about to say, did your dad just get some metal twine and just...
No, he laid my brother out on the countertop and went to town before the stuff even kicked in. And so I hear my brother's like, what? Like squalling from, you know, and I'm just like, oh my God, I killed him. And so yeah, I was grounded for a long time. But yeah, anyways, long story short, yeah, Rick and Daryl get into this thing, and he's like, well, crap, I pushed him down there with some walkers, and he might die. I'm sorry.
He's probably taking them out there anyway, just so, because Maggie said at the end of the last episode,
yeah, I think
it's time to go see Negan.
Yeah, so. And I think, like, because at the end, like in one of the teasers, I think it was on the Talking Dead, Rick gets a call on the radio that I think it was Jerry saying that Lauren Cohan, but Maggie was on her way to Alexandria, and he's like, oh crap. So he gets on the radio and he's like, anybody near Maggie Reed? Alexandria, and he's like, he knows why Maggie's going. And then he's just like, anybody out there can hear me? Maggie, if you're out there, let's talk. And so then one of the girls from Oceanside that was there when they killed Arat and all them is like, well, I mean, like one of the young girls is sitting there just like flipping through Cosmo or something. And it's like, yeah, I'll get the message to her, puts it down, and she's like, but I'm not going to because she's done talking or something like that. It's like, oh, dang.
Jeez.
And so Rick, like, you know, gets in the car or horse or whatever and takes off.
That's probably why Michonne goes to visit Negan then, because that was in the trailer too. Mm-hmm. And then you get to see that illustrious white beard that Negan has grown.
Yes, it's huge. It's even more like majestic than Aaron's beard.
It was. And I'm like, oh, geez, that is... Bravo, Negan. Yeah. You do two things very well. Bust people's heads open with bats and grow beards.
Yeah.
But yeah, Michonne goes visit, I guess, so her going to visit Negan was in the trailer. She just kind of walks in there, has her sword, kneels down.
Well, no, like, because I went through frame by frame, and like she turns and looks at her sword, and they like, you know, they rack focus to the sword real quick, and then they cut to that scene. So I think they want you to think that. But when I went through frame by frame, because I was doing that last night, and I didn't see her sword with her.
Oh,
so she could have just been down there. Like there, I think it might be a red herring.
Okay,
but there is. I went through some of the other teasers. For the rest of the season and stuff. And there is a scene where she has just like smacked the bloody hell out of something with a baseball bat. And it was covered in stuff. It could potentially be Lucille. I don't know if it is.
I don't think Rick would have got rid of Lucille.
I don't think so either. It's a trophy.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is just like, like she smashed something and she pulls the bat just up into frame and she's just like, almost like, what did I just do? And it happens that quick.
All right, so I'm going to go back to my original thing that I said that Michonne's going to break Negan out.
Unless she, like, breaks Negan.
I think Michonne might go down there when she gets the word that Maggie's coming. It's like, no, I can't let this happen. There has to be another way. Mm-hmm. Goes down there, talks to Negan, realizes, oh, snap, I can't stop her. Mm-hmm. And breaks Negan out. And, like, her and Negan just duck out until Rick shows up, but then...
Yeah, because Daryl has, taken him out somewhere to distract him from being there.
And they ain't got gas for, like, cars, so Rick's walking.
Oh, no, they got the ethanol.
But...
he dropped him in the middle of nowhere and left him.
Sorry, Rick, but it has to be this way. Daryl, no! And then that just be it.
Yeah, this is for Merle.
I didn't even kill him. You left him, though, and then just leave.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, speaking of Rick, there's a scene where Rick is like looking at, apparently the levee has broken and the water, is rushing back toward where they're trying to build the bridge up. Mm-hmm. And Rick is talking to Eugene. He's like, there's got to be a way to save the bridge. There's got to be a way to fix the bridge. And because that's like it's literally the road that connects all the communities, mm-hmm. And figuratively, Rick is the bridge trying to build the bridge or whatever. And it's all hitting the fan right now. And he is desperately trying to physically and metaphorically fix the bridge that is being trampled upon. And
trampled upon by the Saviors leaving, trampled upon by Maggie just being done, mm-hmm. and then Oceanside being like, we're done too, but we're really kind of more with Maggie.
Yeah, people just actively working against him.
Yeah.
And he's not used to that.
Yeah, no. Since the beginning, even mm-hmm. when like he wasn't the actual leader, before he said this is a dictatorship, mm-hmm. Like everybody just kind of looked to him as the guy, mm-hmm. and Negan threatened that. Everybody who threatened that died, except Negan. But then now everybody's upset because Negan didn't die. So Rick's like,
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Maggie is the governor all over again, but in a different scenario. It's like a remix of the governor type thing.
The governess.
Mm-hmm. And looking back on some of the crazy stuff Rick has done, is like some people said, wouldn't it be interesting if we get to the end and we find out that Rick and his group are the bad guys?
I thought they were the bad guys for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
I want to say like Robert Kirkman said that. It was like, wouldn't that be interesting?
Like,
and we think they're the good guys because we've just been following them the whole time.
I mean, I forgot what the governor's community was called, but over there, it was like pretty much fine besides the fact they did...
Woodbury? Is that right? Woodbury?
Something berry. It's something
like
berry.
That. Anyways.
But like everything was fine besides they, killed zombies for sport, and Rick's group still kind of looked at them as people mm-hmm. for a little bit, because Andrea was freaked out by that. Yeah.
Outside of the governor keeping his daughter in the closet and heads in fish tanks.
That part was
the Woodbury or that community wasn't that bad.
Yeah. And then Rick's group came and they were like, nah, we don't like it. Y'all got too much good stuff.
Burnt it to the ground.
Yeah.
Just cause meh.
And I was like, okay, I'm rooting for the bad guys. I just rolled with it, but yeah, I could definitely see Rick's group being the bad guy at certain points.
Yeah. So and because usually anybody that comes up against Rick, like for the past few seasons, it's always been like a big bad, like somebody who's obviously a bad guy, like eating folks or bashing people's heads in, or But I mean, they're at the beginning. It's like looking back, it's like they weren't really that big of bads, They They're just because
adapting to the world.
Yeah, exactly. Because we still thought in the old way, like or like reality, I guess. Because Rick and them were still not attuned to it, I guess.
Not completely. And even still, like back in season 2, with when they first went to Herschel's farm, and like Herschel had all the walkers that they found in there. Herschel was keeping them just in case. It's like, well, if they find a cure, then they can cure them and they can be back. And like he had his wife in there, people from town, Carol's daughter. And that point when they pulled them all out and just started shooting them. That was like the point where they kind of started to turn to where it seemed like they could really be the bad guys.
Yeah, and I want to say during that time was the first time Rick just out and out killed somebody without them doing something first. Because they remember where he found Herschel in the bar, and there was those two guys that were like, hey, take us back to your thing, and they seemed shady, like they would try to take their stuff.
Yeah.
But there was no proof outside of they seemed shady,
Yeah.
And Rick just straight up, blasted them.
He's like, I really don't have time for this today. So he just took that big old magnum and sucked.
And right there in front of Herschel, too. And Herschel was like, okay, I'll get with the program. And, until the prison. And then Herschel finally started speaking up again. It's like, it could be like this all the time, Rick. Poor Rip Herschel. Anyways, can't linger too long on that or get real sad. Yeah, so there being a difference of ideology coming from Maggie and several others. There finally somebody is big enough to actually, support that against Rick, because before he just shut it down and everybody fall in line and everybody got, so, hey Rick, whatever Rick says goes,
It's the dictatorship.
And even when they got to Alexandria, it was still kind of like, those were obviously not bad people.
They were the bad guys when they first came to Alexandria.
Exactly. And I think it still took them a while to see that, because they were still like, Rick's the dude,
Yeah, Rick was like, they were having meetings like, we're going to get in here, we'll get them to trust us, and if they don't get with the program of like how things are going to work, we're going to take them out. And I was like,
Yup. That's bad guy talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it could just be Rick's time, it's time for somebody to take Rick out. But, he's come full circle, and if you get into the ideology, and Maggie's, wanting more bloodshed, and it's like, now it's like, okay, well, I'm rooting for Rick because he's wanting the greater good, But
now that he got his way.
Yeah, it's almost like the saviors, that turned and trying to get with the program. They still had to pay like a right. She was getting with the program, trying to turn things and join them up, but she still had to pay for her sins, and maybe it's just Rick's
to pay for his. Yeah.
Rick's is catching up with him.
Long list though.
It's a very long list of like eating people's throats out and stuff like that. And it's like every time. It used to be like every time, like we'd watch for it and we would see Rick just like the eyes roll back and the head tilt, just like we knew it was about to happen. It's like it's on. But yeah, I saw that episode with the Terminus last night, and they did that. I was like, oh. And then where he was just like, they're screwing with the wrong people. They're about to find out how stupid they are, and it was like, oh dang, But yeah. Anyway, that was good gravy, man. We are bad at like staying on topic. Yeah, thank you guys for listening to our bunny trails and stuff. So yeah, I mean that's technically still talking about the future and what could happen, right?
Technically, it's just speculation.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
So speaking of Maggie going up against Rick, we see her in this the teaser for next episode pack the crowbar. She puts a crowbar in her bag, and like looks at it and puts it in there. But there was a teaser before this season started of Maggie. It looked like she was squatted down on top of somebody or something, a walker or something, and just like violently takes that crowbar and just like, just like crushes something with the crowbar. And it's almost like thoughtfully, like crush it, like she's on top of Negan or Rick or somebody,
Somebody beating the head in.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like the rule of a play. Like if you show a gun, the gun has to be used, and I feel like that crowbar is the weapon. Like, so that's going to be something.
Somebody going to die.
And they always do. It's Walking Dead.
They will remind you what show you were watching.
By the way, you just thought it was a soap opera. So, yeah, she packs a crowbar, smashes something. Let's see. We covered the Michonne thing.
Another time skip coming?
Oh, hold on. Jed gets a gun, and it's not just him. Like, at first, I thought it was him, like, because him and Carol have their guns, like, drawn, and they're pointing at each other, and Jed is approaching her. And old Carol would have taken him out, just, like, popped him off, But in the background, there's another savior that's part with them or whatever that has a gun as well. So maybe that's why. And then it cuts to Jerry pulling his gun out, just, like, slowly pulls it out and pulls it up. So, they're having, like, a Mexican standoff right there.
The bad and the ugly.
Mm-hmm. So, they better not take Carol out, too.
I really hope not.
Or, this could be the thing that convinces Carol to join up with Maggie, and it's like these guys are unredeemable.
Jeez, now I just had another thought. Like, everybody of, like, that's left of the original group, or enough of them, like, all just kind of team up against Rick, and it's like, it's not a dictatorship no more. It's a democracy. And then, bah! Or something.
Ooh, man, that would be cold. Man.
Or something.
I hope
There's
not.
so many ways that Rick can go out. It's going to be fun and sad.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like the Ryan Johnson way of taking Rick out. It's like, let the past die. I'm not bitter about that at all.
I am, but
I am. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, there is potentially another time skip coming as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I've got one more thing I want to get into. Jadis and Gabriel. That's just a brief clip of her taking like the bucket off the head of a walker.
Because she has those still.
Apparently, she's weaponized a walker and like strapped it to a dolly or hand truck, wherever you're from. It's like people have different words for it. I remember the first time I heard it called a hand truck, and I was like, what? Like a hand truck?
What the heck? What kind of hillbilly town are you from? What do you call it there? A dolly. Dolly. Who's Dolly? Dolly Parton? Get out of here.
Oh, wow. That's hilarious. So yeah, she's got one of those things with a walker strapped to it, and torturing or threatening Gabriel very much like she did to Negan. And but we know from the other teasers that Gabriel survives, and there's another clip of Jadis. I'm just gonna straight up call her Jadis because Anne has been put to bed.
Yeah.
And with Gabriel. So there's a scene of Jadis, and the helicopter is like right there, and she's just like, within shouting, except that it's a helicopter and it's loud, but it's close, and she's talking to him on the radio. So that's coming up soon within the next episode or two, and I think very soon we're going to find out who's in that helicopter.
Yeah, I think that's just really going to be like the whole rest of the season's arc. It's probably going to be the helicopter. Cause
dealing with who's in the helicopter.
Who's in it, whether it be the last of the U.S. government or whomever. Really hope it's not that one, because I feel like they're just going to start shooting missiles.
And I hope that they haven't somehow remixed the Whisperers. And now they,
Ew.
yeah. My point exactly. Well said. Ew. 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 Yeah. So
Yeah.
now, what were you saying earlier?
After the third time, there's another time skip
Yeah.
probably coming.
Yeah, and we know this because we see Gabriel in the future, and he's got a gray goatee, and I want to say that Angela Kang and some of the other cast have confirmed that there's another time jump coming. And that could potentially also give them space to come back and explore Rick's final journey.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever.
And
More of it later on.
And that one makes sense. I mean, instead of just seeing like an immediate fallout, like stretch out as The Walking Dead likes to do, stretch out over the rest of the season. It just skips to however much time, a year, 6 months, however long they want to do, and it's like Rick's gone. This is how things kind of are now, but then you still have whomever they're gonna fight or not fight, or they just could be fighting walkers, or the walkers could mutate. At this point, they can do whatever.
You got like water breathing walkers. But I think when Rick goes away, if Michonne is still around and she takes over Alexandria, it's not going to be an easy peace between her and the Hilltop and Maggie. Maggie's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Whoever takes him, if it's Jesus,
everything might be fine.
It would work out because Jesus is like that. He's Jesus. But if it's Daryl, I mean, Daryl might leave and just go be
in the woods.
Yeah, go find stuff and bring it back, and that should just be Daryl doing his thing.
Have a boar every night for dinner.
Just like
Feral Daryl.
Exactly. Yeah, so there's that time skip coming up, and then like the story just kind of like seems to propel forward, and I want to give Angela Kang the benefit of the doubt that she's changed The Walking Dead for the better, but she's got the benefit of Rick's exit to push the story forward right now. So we're really going to be able to see what she does next season, or maybe after that. Well, because the Whisperers, what's she going to do after the Whisperers, or is she going to drag that out like Gimple did with Negan?
They don't necessarily need to drag it out. It's just if they go ahead and deal with the Whisperers all in this season, and then come next season, they just got to find something else, somebody else, whether it be like just a straight up character they created just for the show, or somebody comes back. I don't know how they do that because everybody's dead. Yeah, but
I wouldn't be too upset if they dragged the Whisperers out a little bit into next season and just kind of like leapfrogged like the big boss showdowns to where it's kind of like you going into the season, you deal with it, and then they roll over into something else type thing, and that wouldn't be like where it would just kind of like just leapfrogging along, because as of right now, I mean, if we got 6 episodes with Maggie, and then they do a time jump, you've got 10 episodes to build up to the Whisperers and deal with the Whisperers.
True. But if they build up to the Whisperers, get to that final battle with the Whisperers and everything, and they're like, say the leader of the Whisperers survive and like a few others, and they're out there and like they're planning to go for their next attack, and then whoever's going to come and be the next big bad next season just like shows up, and like Whisperers all dead. And like
unless it kind of like bleeds into something else, and it's like a cause and effect type thing.
Or Fear the Walking Dead versus The Walking Dead.
Well, I don't know.
He said,
I don't watch Fear the Walking Dead anymore.
I don't either, but I mean...
Please don't, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't want to have to go... I'm already feeling like I have to go back and watch Fear because of the Morgan situation. If Morgan comes back, I'm gonna want to know like how did he get to this point and all this, because his journey is different now. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm being strong armed into it, and I don't like it.
No,
but
well.
Anyway, so also coming up, we've got Shane and Herschel making an appearance, and at some point, and I want to say there was a third person, but I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. So yeah, hit us up in the comments. Let me know who it was. And I want to hit on briefly like the little clips of Rick, because we see his boot kind of dragging, like he's dragging, and he's bleeding like profusely, and then we see blood, just like it's obviously his boots, and there's blood dripping. And he's been stabbed or wounded somehow. And then we see the other clip where he's like kind of crouched down. And if you look at it, it's the frame is cut just above a wound. And you can kind of see a little bit of red on his shirt. And but then we see Daryl and everybody else coming from the other side of the bridge, like running past him towards something. So I don't know if those are the big bads or if it's like the Savior showdown or somebody stabbed Rick or what. You got any thoughts on that?
Yeah. Probably Maggie went ahead and stabbed Rick, and then the Savior's like, nah, let's just take them out. And everybody's like, no, let's just end these guys.
But why would Daryl be? Wouldn't Daryl be with Maggie?
Because
like, oh, that's too far, Maggie.
Well, if they're running past Rick and like the Saviors are like over there, they gotta go get him.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I don't know. I gotta see it.
Excited to see 2 more episodes.
Liars.
It's supposed to be 3. We're supposed to be getting 3.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll still watch them and enjoy them.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I'm enjoying this season.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for us. Thank you for watching, listening on the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, thanks for doing that. And don't forget, you can find us on social media, Facebook, Broken Picture Social, Instagram, and Twitter, Broken_Social, and Patreon, Broken Pictures. Please like, share, subscribe, rate, and review. This is Dylan.
This is Quin.
And we'll see you next time, or talk to you next time on podcast.
Whichever.
Peace.